Quality, quality, quantity. Which one do you want? Rappers and producers, Sean Ramond. I hope I said your name right, but Sean Ramond. That's rude. Don't be pointing. Sean Ramond asked me a great question. You want to do it again? You asked a great question about quality versus quantity. You wanted to know, when it comes to your song, should you be focusing more so on the process of creating more songs, quantity, or should you be focusing more so on the quality? Should you be beefing up every song that you have? It's crazy. Chance the Rapper said something I thought was really dope, and I agree with to a certain degree, is that he feels that instead of working on an album thinking that you're working on a full compilation of songs, he treats every single song like it's an album. He treats every single song as if it requires the same tedious process and the same meticulous composition and putting these things together, this string arrangement. These things are all special. That's an argument for quality, and I do definitely agree with it. However, you and I know the truth. What day and age are we living in? I mean, today it's 2017, and we know this is the time where mixtapes and projects with 45 songs, shout out to Lil B, with 2 gigabytes of songs on a project that you probably will never get to, but you collect them like Pokemon. We know we living in that day and age where music is abundant. If you do not stay relevant and if you do not put things out, you do run the risk of people just forgetting about you or feeling like, oh, he fell off. He didn't drop 40 songs this month. What? But that's the day and age we're living in. However, I think there are benefits and there's some, what's the opposite of a benefit, Richie? Detriments?
Yeah.
I guess there's some detrimental things that happen from quality and quantity. Here's what I'm gonna say, pros and cons of quality. Quality is great when you're able to sit there and spend time and make very strategic decisions on how to make this song the best that it can be. Especially when you're bringing other pieces in, you're bringing other perspectives. And I think you can sit there and make a song so beautifully put together that somebody they repeat the song over and over and over again because they know that it's so much that goes into it, so much emotion, so many different energies. Now, a con of that would probably be spending so much time on it, believing that I spent 40 years on this song, so it's going to be the best song I've ever done. That's not necessarily true, because when somebody listens to it for the first 40 seconds of your 40-year song, all they got to say is, the beat sucks. And then it just negates your entire process. So spending extra time on something does not necessarily equate to that being a better product. Now, the flip side with quantity, yes, quantity can be something to where you can start putting out a bunch of trash. You can put a bunch of different songs together and you're like, man, I got 45 songs getting ready to release this week, and people are like, yeah, but 80% of it is trash. No, that ain't no shot to nobody. Y'all better shut up. I ain't said nothing about nobody. I ain't said nothing about nobody. Shut up. Shut up. But there's pros and cons with that too. You know, you could put all this music out and then most of the music is trash. Or the pro to that could be you put out all this music, and because you put all this music out, you have learned so much about your skill set, so much about who you are, that you're taking chances on other songs and beats that you normally wouldn't have gone to had you been so picky about the beats you're choosing for a project. Now you're looking at those songs and saying, nah, this is just one of many that I'm going to do. And now you're not over analyzing the process or having analysis paralysis because you put so much time into this song. So there's pros and cons for both. What do I suggest? Let's get down to nitty gritty. Sean Ramond, here's what I suggest. If you are sitting in there and you are spending your time with these songs, I think you're spending time with them for a reason. But you need to determine if that reason is for your benefit or if that reason is for your actual downfall. Figure it out. You have to figure it out for yourself. Here's what I say. Focus on quality at all times. Do not obsess over quality. Obsessing over quality puts you in a place to where you overanalyze every step of the process and you never actually get it done. Because at the end of the day, you are leaving music, which is in turn leaving a legacy. You got one opportunity to do that. You have this year, your life, you got the next years and whatever years you decide, but when you're gone, you're gone. You have no opportunity to add to it. You got to put that music out. Now, the flip side of it, I'm not saying put out a bunch of songs just saying the ABCs in every song. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that there is benefit to actually putting more stuff out there. And you got to understand, for nowadays, as an up-and-coming artist, you are facing so many uphill battles of people trying to get to know who you are, or even caring to know who you are, because there's 1,000,001 other artists out here. How do you cut through the noise? Sometimes you got to outwork the competition. Sometimes you got to outwork the animosity. Sometimes you got to outwork the doubt. You got to outwork the fear. Sometimes you got to put it out, keep it going, learn from your mistakes, and keep it pushing. Don't delete nothing. Put that out because it's part of your legacy, and keep it pushing. Now, that being said, with those pros and cons, you got to ultimately you got to ultimately decide what you believe is going to be the best approach for yourself. I think there's a great balance between both that you can find. Once again, it's another Curtspiration. Hey, doodle. If you need some more of this juice, please subscribe to the channel below. If you're finding value in this information, please feel free to leave a comment below. Share this with somebody who needs to see it. Also, too, thank you for everybody that's donating to my Patreon to keep these videos going. If you want to keep these videos going and help brother out, patreon.com/CurtisKing is going to do that. And to go back to the subject, quality versus quantity, there's a balance between both. But sometimes you got to ride the horse of quantity. Sometimes you got to ride the horse of quality. You got to figure out what is it time to do, because you got to get something done. What is your goal, and what's going to make sure that goal gets done? Obsessing over the process has never made things better. Obsessing over the details that don't matter has never made things better. You know, everything does matter to a certain degree, but you know, you have to strike a balance, because you got to get this beautiful gift that you've been given. You have to give it out to the world. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King, CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you. When I listen to you, it's a liability, cause you be mentally killing my inner energy. So I'm concealing my feelings before you injure me.